Hey there folks, B3 here, back with another action figure showcase. The first one we ever did here on TikTok was for dinosaurs, and I got a lot more dinosaurs. Yeah, so let's get into it. Here's one I have not opened yet. I got it from Ollie's for like $9.99, something like that, something cheap and ridiculous. Yep, $9.99. Try to discreetly wipe my mouth after that horrible bit. Very cool. This is the Jurassic Park 93 Classic Dennis Nedry Track and Chase Pack with a very cool Velociraptor. I think one of the reasons people didn't want it is because of this weird buff Dennis Nedry, but the 93 Classic line is pretty cool. I actually don't have any. This is my first one. It's toys based on or that are direct remakes of old Jurassic Park toys from 1993. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and I will be reviewing it on my YouTube page, G&G at B3 Productions. Anyway, let's move that puppy to the side and show some other things, like this Definitely Dinosaurs Deinonychus. Definitely Dinosaurs was a 1987 line that also got some like Wendy's toys and moved into the early 90s. Deinonychus was kind of the Dromaeosaur before 93, and this guy took over. Deinonychus is very, very cool, and this is a very cool, chunky, vintage-looking guy. I've seen a lot of paleo art with him looking like this. Just so fun. These are great durable figures for really young kids, and they're still pretty affordable to this day, despite their age, because they're so durable and hold up well. There are a lot of them floating around out there. I actually got this guy from an eBayer that I frequent for my vintage dinos in a 2-pack with this Definitely Dinosaurs Struthiomimus. Struthiomimus. Yeah, very cool. Play School really made some great ones. I had this guy as a kid, not this guy. I was actually born in the 90s, so a lot of this guy I got like secondhand. So I don't have the books or the cavemen or anything for any of these guys, but they do have love. Yeah, they all came with books and little caveman toys. I don't have, nor have I ever had any of those, even as a kid. Next, this one is pretty cool. I just got it. It is the Schleich Edmontosaurus. Edmontosaurus is a really underrated dinosaur. I feel like kids and even a lot of adult collectors are not into the Eddies, but these guys are really cool. They're famous for, you guessed it, their poop, their dungs. Yeah, they spent a lot of time next to the water, so we actually have some good skin impressions and coprolite dung fossils for these guys, which are very important trace fossils, aren't they? They are, and it's kind of a shame to see that Safari Limited, discontinued all their Eddies. And then this guy seems like he might be getting discontinued. It doesn't say that they're going to discontinue him in the wholesale catalog I have for 2025, but when I go onto Sandy Rubin and go to buy them for my store, check out the Three Profiteers on Instagram, they said discontinued, so I don't know what the deal is. So I just went ahead and got one for myself. Don't worry, there'll be an honest review. First critique, he looks too much like the Jurassic World one. Moving to the side. Next up, how about more Definitely Dinosaurs? Here we have the Definitely Dinosaurs Protoceratops, which was actually sent to me as an apology figure by an eBayer. The eBayer that sent me the other two Definitely Dinosaurs figures. This was sent as an apology figure for something that kind of got messed up. And I didn't even ask them to do that. I didn't ask for a refund. I didn't ask for a return. I just mentioned in the review, I was like, hey, this is wrong. Normally this guy's great, and I don't think it's a super big deal, but I'd feel bad if I left a review and didn't mention it, and you'd feel disingenuous, and he sent this, among some other things, as an apology. So I updated my review. He made it right, and I didn't even want him to. But this guy's pretty cool. He has like a chomping kind of action feature. Really cool. This one's seen some heavy play, but it was free, so who cares? Next up, one of my favorite toy lines, we have the Safari Limited Ammonite. Before you say anything in the comments, I know this is not a dinosaur. But the Dinosaur action figure showcases will have other prehistoric creatures in them. All right? It's just easier to lump them all under dinosaur. I know it's not a dinosaur. All good. But yeah, we've probably all seen an ammonite fossil at some point in a museum or like a little fossil collection you can buy. Very common fossils, very cool critter. We always think of that, but never think of the cephalopod. Really cool. I love the beautiful orange. I'm a sucker for like orange prehistoric creatures for some reason. Really, really cool figure. Safari also strives for scientific accuracy and great paint and detail. Just a great toy line overall. Really love this guy. Now, one more Definitely Dinosaurs. This is the last one for this video, I promise. There's the Definitely Dinosaurs Anatosaurus. What's an Anatosaurus? I haven't heard of that. It's an Edmontosaurus. This is what they used to call it. So this is a very vintage Edmontosaurus. He's kind of an ugly freak, but I kind of love that about him. Mine has very loose legs. But I also heard another YouTuber say that hers had very loose legs. So I don't know if that's just something that happens to this figure in general or what. But it has a bit more articulation, and it's much larger than a lot of my other Definitely Dinosaurs. It's not the largest one, not by far, but it is a pretty big one. I really like it. I'm a sucker for not just orange, but really sunset colored dinosaurs. Really cool, beautiful figure. And this one was also sent to me for free. The guy I bought these from often throws in a bonus if I get several figures at once. And I did. I also got some Safari stuff along with those Play School Definitely Dinosaurs. And this guy also has better arm articulation than these guys because you move one arm and the other arm moves. Not the case with an Anatosaurus here. But this guy also, if you would have got him new, he would have come with like a baby Bjorn made of vines that he carried a full-grown caveman in, which is just objectively hilarious. If I ever went and sought out the accessories for any of my Definitely Dinosaurs, it would be for this guy, because that is so funny. That's like really funny. And last but not least is a vintage figure from my childhood that I found at, where did I find him? A store, I assume. I think it was the Book Nook. I found him used at the Book Nook, and so I had to get him. It was like $4. It is the Jurassic Park The Lost World Baby T-Rex. I remember this figure as a kid. I would really like to buy the accessories off somebody if anyone has all the accessories. There was like a leg cast that went on this leg, and he had a muzzle that you could put on and stuff. I would really like those accessories so I can review him on YouTube. I believe there's multiple versions of him, like different colors and stuff. But I think mine's leg broke, because you see it's got this like little rod thing so that you can like, oh, his leg's broken. Oh, we have to brace it with the cast. I think mine's leg broke off after a lot of play, but he was a really beloved toy of mine as a kid, and I'm extremely, extremely happy to have him as an adult. So that is it for this action figure showcase. Yeah, I'm trying to keep them a little shorter, but I'm not really succeeding on that front. If you want to see individual longer action figure reviews with size comparisons and full articulation breakdowns and everything, definitely check out our YouTube channel. Link on the top of our profile there. For some reason, TikTok isn't letting me put a link tree, which would take you to all of our YouTubes and Instagrams and blah, 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 but whatever. That is it. Thank you all once again, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.